Welcome to another Sim Soaring video. It's been a long time since my last video, and that's not all due to my ongoing health issues, although that always restricts my time on flight sim. A few months back I decided to upgrade all of my hardware, and I replaced pretty much everything except for the case, the power supply and the graphics card. But unfortunately I forgot one important consideration and that's that my video capture card that I use can only capture up to 1080p, and I've upgraded my displays to 1440p, and I couldn't find a way to clone the display to the 1080p capture card. So I've wasted a lot of time mucking about with different software capture options and configurations, and eventually I've settled on OBS Studio. So this will be my first YouTube video using OBS Studio, and I may continue to use it. We'll see how we go. Also, this particular video is only going to be a task configuration video. It won't include the actual flight of the task. That'll be a subsequent video. So if you're not interested in how to set up a flight in Condor with wave lift, then this is probably not the video for you. And that's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in trying out the wave lift in Condor. The other simulators, gliding simulators that I use, don't have wave lift. So yeah, I'm keen to give it a try. To do that, we're going to go into free flight. We want a new task. Discard this one. We are going to launch from Les Bled. My intention is to use this terrain out here to the west of Les Bled, these ridge lines, to generate some wave lift. I hope that'll work if I blow some wind across there from about 310 degrees. So anyway, if we launch from Les Bled, we've got to click on that. And then I want to pick up this waypoint just to the south of the airfield for my start line, and come up to this intersection up here. There's a waypoint there. Click on that. Or is it Podcorin or something like that? And we'll come down to the south across those ridge lines to Tolman, is it? I may probably pronouncing these wrong. Yeah, there's a waypoint there in the village called Tolman Church. Click on that. And back to where our start line is, and that's where we'll put our finish line. Can't pronounce that one. Now for the waypoints, they're by default they're classic sectors. That's fine. I mean, normally I fly with BGA cylinders, but on task, but you know, I'll leave them as sectors. However, for the start finish line, I do prefer a line. So let's click on that one and get properties. Change it to 180 degrees. That's a line. Maximum altitude for start. I'm intending on having a cloud base at about 1900 meters. So let's just set that to 1900 meters. We don't need to worry about the minimum start altitude. No one's going to start low. Or I'm not anyway. For the finish line, what's going on here? There we go. Again, 180 degrees, a line. The width, I'll just leave the width as is. It's 3 kilometers. Now for the minimum altitude to finish at, for safety reasons, we want about 500 feet AGL. I think if my metric conversion's right, that's about, oh wait a minute, leave that alone, this one. I think that's 656 meters, hopefully. Maximum altitude I won't worry about, leave that at default. So that's our task done. Now for the date, I think I'll leave it on the 21st of June 2018. It's summertime. I might bump the time up to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Race in 10 minutes. No, I'll bump that up a bit to 15 minutes. Give myself 15 minutes to launch and get up to start height before the start window opens. I won't put a restriction on the finish at the start window. That's a task. Let's go to weather. I would love to be able to type these in, but it doesn't seem that you can. So to get the direction and speed, I actually have to drag this down default graphic here. So I want about 310 degrees and 309 will have to be near enough, and 30 kilometers per hour. Turbulence I'm not that keen on in Condor. I'll make that light. Variations I'll keep low. Thermals. Because it's summertime, we should bump this temperature up, I think. I'll make it about 28, roughly. Now I want a cloud base of 1900 meters. So I've got to drag that like so, and that's giving me the 90. Now for the inversion layer, which effectively controls the tops here, clouds, 2,900 should do it, roughly. That's about 1,000 feet above the cloud base. Width normal, activity normal, flats activity normal, variations I'll leave as low. Turbulence can be moderate, shouldn't be flying in cloud anyway. Streeting, now because the wind's around 30 kilometers an hour, that's close to 15 knots, so yes, we probably should have some streeting. I'll make it moderate. Now the waves. To generate wave lift over the terrain here, all you do is increase the upper wind speed. I think we'll make it about 70 kilometers per hour. That seems to give us some reasonable wave lift there without being too extreme. The stability controls the period of the wave, or the frequency if you like. I'll bump that up to 8. That just increases or decreases the period a bit. The moisture level controls the lenticular cloud development. At 80%, it's creating lenticular clouds even for weak lift right out here away from the terrain. So to avoid confusion and that, make it a bit easier to find the lift, I think I'll bring that back to about 60%. That way I'll get some lenticular clouds over the strongest lift and maybe a little over the medium lift. If that's the way it works, we'll have to find out when we get into the sim. High clouds, that's the cirrus clouds. I'm actually going to put that to 0 coverage because I don't want cirrus clouds to confuse me. I might not be able to distinguish them from the lenticular clouds, I'm not sure. So I'll keep them at 0. For the aircraft, I'll go for a standard class, and I want the LS8, the 15 metre LS8. I haven't flown this before in Condor. Want to give it a try. It's a payware add-on. It's got what best glide ratio 44 at 98 kilometers per hour and minimum speed of 70 kilometers an hour. I assume that's dry, which brings me to my next thing. I have to go to settings and add the water ballast. So I'm going to take a full load of water ballast. I can't play around with the centre of gravity at this stage because I haven't flown this glider yet, so I'm not sure whether I need to play with that or not. So I'll just leave that on default. Nothing else I need to change there. In the NOTAM area, the only thing I change here from default is the aerotow height. I like about 900 metres, if I can, as close as I can get to it. Boy, it's hard. There we go, 900 metres. I think that's close to 3,000 feet AGL. If my metric conversion's right. Now, we should save this task too. I haven't done that, have I? We'll just replace the one that's there because it is my next task. Now, I'm not sure. I don't think all of these parameters actually get saved in the tasks, but some of the, like the task plan and the time and date, I think do. I'm not sure beyond that. As I said, we're not going to fly the task, but I will start the task now and just check the cloud development. I might have to cut the video at this stage while it's booting up. Let's shut down the audio on the Vario. Okay, so we've got some cumulus. I don't know if I can... maybe there is a bit of streeting. Can't see much streeting activity. I'm assuming those patchy looking clouds are supposed to be the lenticular clouds. They don't look much like lenticular clouds to me, but they do seem to be predominantly over the terrain or near the terrain. So I assume that's showing where the wave lift is. We'll have to see when we get up there. But that's the end of this particular video, the task flight. We will continue with in the next video. So I hope that was helpful to someone. Otherwise, hopefully we'll catch you in the next video.